Hi, Broadway World. It's your Broadway buddy, Ben Cameron, coming to you from world-famous Sardi's. Second Stage Theater is going to Broadway in a big way at the newly renovated Helen Hayes Theater. We had an opportunity today to chat with some of the playwrights and directors who will be taking the leap to Broadway with Second Stage. Here's what happened.
We're not forgetting our roots. Starting next season, Second Stage will produce 3 plays at our current theater down the street, the Kaiser, and 2 plays here. We've already announced that our first show in the fall will begin with Harvey Fierstein's groundbreaking play, Torch Song, directed by Moises Kaufman. And there it is. We planned that.
A very exciting announcement that we had earlier in a physical way. You were on the end. You were in the kill zone, as it were.
I know, which is I just said to Casey, by the way, you guys are supposed to support living American playwrights. Like, don't kill us during your press conference.
Oh, I feel like that gives it a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And that's like
Second Stage's mission:
celebrate living playwrights, but just barely.
Don't like the idea of dying for my art.
So it's almost like being hit in the head by a cartoon Acme anvil.
I just am so grateful that it did not hit Paula Vogel because we need her.
We absolutely need her.
We need her.
Treasure.
No, absolutely. And she said she didn't even flinch. She's pretty badass.
She is
the rest of us, you saw the rest of us try to like flee the stage, and Paula's like, things fall.
So, commissioned by the Second Stage.
Yeah, co-commission with Second Stage in Williamstown.
That's right, very exciting. And do you, when you get a commission like this, is the stew already bubbling in your head? How does it differ from just having a story that you felt the need to put out to having an expectation of, now tell us a story, I wonder?
It does get your sort of imagination running. Carole came to me with a very specific mandate, which was write us something for the Hayes. And really, she said to me, I want to put women on Broadway. I want more female voices on Broadway, which I thought was a thrilling thing for her to be thinking about and something that I can totally get behind. So when someone comes to you with that kind of a challenge, it does get you thinking on a bigger scale.
Yeah. Do you feel like there is a time for every play, and is this the time for straight white men?
Oh, definitely. This has actually happened to me once before, where I did a play called The Shipman that was sort of exploring Black stereotypes and identity, and I started that pre-Obama, and people were not that interested in it, and then once Obama was running for president, suddenly everybody was really interested about race and Black-white relationships, and so that play became was just came at the right moment. And I feel like when the Straight White Men premiered at the public, I think people were just not they weren't very aware of straight white maleness as an identity and the implications of that and what was going on. So a lot of people just didn't get, they appreciated it as a family drama, but they didn't really get the political content or any of the subversiveness. And now post-election, just every single person is just they're zeroed in on that, because it's so much clearer now that there are these divides in the country that are problematic.
Congratulations on being the first to grace the Helen Hayes stage with Lobby Hero. Can you tell us a little bit about the show and what drew you to this place with the show? Where does this come from?
Well, I have a long history with Second Stage because they did This Is Our Youth in 1998, and when you're lucky enough to be part of the New York theater community, it's a small community in a way. So I've known Carole, even if someone's not doing your play or you're not working with them, you're all circulating through the theater and at each other's shows. And so Carole and I have always talked about doing more work together, and Tripp and I wanted to work together for a long time. So it was very serendipitous, and I'm really honored to be opening the Helen Hayes. I never dreamt of such a thing. I mean, I dreamt of such a thing, but I didn't. Who knows if your dreams are ever going to come true or not.
Is there something that makes you tick just a little bit about it being a Broadway stage?
Well, they're great houses to be in, and there's a kind of a great excitement that comes with having a play on Broadway, having done it. I used to think it doesn't really matter. The play is the thing. They work just as well in little tiny houses, but there's something ancient about those proceedings that are very alluring.
Lobby Hero, congratulations. Very, very exciting.
Thank you. I'm really excited too.
Can you tell us a little bit about Lobby Hero?
Yeah, it's a story of this sort of like kind of screw up guy who has this job in the night, doing the night shift in a lobby, sort of being the security guard, and he gets kind of caught up in a kind of as a kind of witness to / accomplice to some nefarious goings on, and has to kind of make a moral decision about how to deal with all of that, and also sort of falls in love with this rookie young cop, and comes into kind of intense conflict with the sort of senior cop on a beat, and it's sort of this beautiful story that is quintessentially kind of Kenny Lonergan, in that it's like all about these finely observed character studies, these quiet moments, this sort of sparklingly brilliant dialogue, and funny as hell.
We like funny as hell.